would also like to know about that.
Oh, they haven't told you?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with me. Of course, I would like to go back, but that's something that you are never. Sadly, that's something that you can't take for granted. So it's very difficult, and it's part of being exiled. You have no idea where. And like I was saying, of course, you want to go back to your country, but you don't want to go back to a country in the same state that it is right now, because you will still be in exile. So you want to try to help to build a better country where you could go back. And it's very difficult because it's an effort that everyone has to do.
But in the meantime,
it doesn't depend only on you. Yeah.
And in the meantime, you do have to live your lives here, and your kids are in school,
Yeah,
and you've got to
exactly.
do what you need
And
to
then
do.
there is another problem, because I do remember from our peer exile, when and we went we went to a very near country. We went to Guatemala, which has the same language, and the same food and everything. And even then, it was a hard decision when we had to come back, because me as a kid, I have my friends, I have my and it's always difficult going out in terms of the trauma that it causes to your family and yourself. But it's also difficult to get in again, because it's another culture, So it's a very complicated situation.
I don't know what's next, especially because today is a crucial election day, so I don't know if I'll be able to go back or not. So that's it's still up in the air. But I have since after 6 years of being here, I did go back twice. But I don't know anymore. I just wanted to say on journalism in the rural areas or in the peripheries, that journalism is a calling for, it should be a calling, and it is for all of us, yes. And we feel that we are working in the interest of the public, and if we abandon our responsibility and do not give information out, and if we do not support the rural journalists to the extent that those huge swaths of populations feel disenfranchised, or they feel as if they have no information, then we leave that whole area open for snake oil salesmen and charlatans and politicians to go in there and call them the silent majority and then manipulate. And this is what we see happening everywhere. That it's because journalism has failed, I think, to give information out, or we have not supported them, supported rural community kind of broadcast enough.
Exactly.
So we left it open. The whole entire journalistic community is to be blamed for that.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
We did not give out enough information.
Yeah, but I did end the exile when I visited home last year in incognito, and that was a great relief and a liberating experience, because being for 5 years I did not almost 5 years I did not go home, and so added to, in addition to the trauma and in addition to the hard work that you have to do as an immigrant to prove and establish yourself and validate yourself, is the stress and the idea of not being able to go back. I think that was making it so worse that last year I just started working on that and spoke to a lot of friends and family, lots of people in the government I know, and the political parties, and I did go, and it was okay. I kept it a very low profile, and still do if I go again. So that phase is definitely, technically speaking, theoretically over. But as Sonali was mentioning earlier, that in the last decade or so, I haven't lived anywhere as long as I've lived in Ithaca now. So it's my 5th year started, and I was thinking the other day when I woke up that, had I ever imagined that I would one day call Ithaca, call this small town my home. I'd never, maybe 6 years ago, I had no clue that it would happen. But it has happened, and I think that is where I foresee myself, at least in the years to come.